So what we're going to do is we're going to start tapping very shortly. Do hope you have a pen and a piece of paper today, because this is kind of like part workshop, part tapping. It's a bit of everything. It's why I like to roll. And my intention is always, 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 always to help you to make a quantum leap in your transformation. With everything that I do, that is always my primary focus and my primary intention. So we're going to cover some stuff today. And before we dive into the tapping, because this is the tap and talk is all about flow tapping. So flow tapping is basically you just tap while I talk, and while we work through stuff, you just keep tapping. The beautiful part about this technique is that even if you are not focused on anything specific, it's still working on stuff. Of course, the more specific you are about clearing your blocks and what blocks you are clearing, the more quickly you're going to get results. But even just tapping like this while I'm talking is actually doing something in the background. So I encourage you, no matter where you are, no matter whether you're watching this live or whether you are watching the replay, to just tap along with me the whole time. Now, if your arms get tired, if you really don't want to be tapping on all these points all the time, then what you can do is this. This is an incredible technique, an incredible version of this technique. And this is basically just tapping on the sides of your fingertips, right next to the cuticle of the fingernail. There are meridian points there. So you can put your hand in your lap no matter where you are, and you can just tap, and it just looks like you're fidgeting. Okay, so this is a great alternative if you don't want to do this. So I encourage you to do this though. Now, if you have your pen and paper, then we're going to get cracking in just a moment. Firstly, you're going to answer yes to a few questions. Are we agreed? Because these questions are designed to set you up for massive success. And when you say yes to you, when you say yes to your dreams, then the universe starts to reorganize itself. So the universe will organize itself around your dominant intention. So, and this goes for your subconscious mind as well. So, you know, the subconscious mind drives 92 to 96% of your results. So, whatever the dominant intention of your subconscious mind is, whether it's to avoid pain or experience pleasure, and whatever that means to your subconscious. So, if your subconscious has determined that failure is painful, and failure brings up shame, and failure is humiliating, and failure there's negative things associated with failure, because as a society, we've associated this stigma to failure, and we've decided that if we fail, then we're a failure. It sort of becomes a part of our identity, where nothing could be further from the truth. And this is why we avoid trying, we avoid going all in, because if we're not fully invested, then we can't fully fail. Right? If we don't try, we can't fail. Well, the only failure is the failure to participate. And in actual fact, the tap and talk I did earlier this week, on Tuesday in Australia, on Monday evening in the United States, was all about clearing the fear of failure, which is huge in many people. So if you haven't seen that one, then just go and check out the lives that are previous to this, and you will find one on fear of failure, right? So what I'm going to do is ask you these questions, and you're going to say yes. Are you ready to build massive wealth? Are you ready to get out of your own way? Are you ready to be a money-making machine? Are you ready to build wealth and make an impact in the world? Are you ready to be the best and most powerful version of you? Are you ready to make your goals and dreams a priority in your life? Are you ready to take wealth and building wealth seriously? Okay, so now that you've said yes to those questions and you have sent a clear, distinct, definitive, resolute message to your subconscious, let's get into this. Okay, so there are several different elements that you must have if you're going to take wealth creation seriously, because this is where a lot of people go wrong, particularly people in the law of attraction space. And I'm not talking about those who are leaders in the law of attraction space, because they take this very seriously. They take wealth creation seriously. They take the law of attraction seriously. They take their lives seriously. They take their dreams seriously. And unfortunately, the message that a lot of people hear, because the message that they want to hear is, oh, well, if I just wish it and think about it, and it's then, and I'm positive and I do positive affirmations, then it's all going to work out. Then I will get whatever I want. And that's part of the equation. It's not the entire equation. If you truly want to be wealthy, and I mean like reliable wealth, sustainable wealth. I'm not necessarily talking about the billionaires on the planet. You don't have to want to be a billionaire. I mean, my t-shirt, Conscious Billionaire, is in fact about impacting billions of people in through consciousness. That's what being a conscious billionaire means to me. And being wealthy at the same time. Why? Because we need wealthy leaders. We need wealthy leaders in the light space. We need wealthy leaders in the consciousness space. Because the more wealth you create in the space of consciousness and love and light and peace and prosperity and abundance for all, the more you get to impact the world, the more your ripple goes out, the more that you are the example that you wish to express in the world, and the more people can follow your lead. So why not become that guiding light, that shining light for others? And when you take wealth creation seriously, you show others what's possible. You show others, because if it's possible for you, it's possible for them. You are able to lead the way and guide them and show them how to achieve it, because you are leading the way, and you don't have to be the billionaire. You just have to be a step ahead of the people that you are going to lead. That's it. Don't put too much pressure on it. Don't think that you have to have everything figured out and it all has to be perfect, because let me tell you, none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. And all of us are figuring this thing out. And you know what? Life changes really fast. Look at the speed at which this planet and the people on it are moving right now. Like nothing is the same one day to the next. It is changing so fast. So the minute you figure it out, or you think you've figured it out, everything could flip on its head, and all of a sudden, like, back to square one. So if you're waiting for things to be perfect, you're never going to get going. So it's time to take wealth and wealth creation seriously. Doesn't mean you have to hustle. Doesn't mean you have to stress yourself to the max. It just means that the business of wealth creation becomes a business for you. This is a business. Wealth creation is a business. No matter what model, no matter what vehicle you choose, it's business. So let's get down to business. Remember to keep tapping with me. So there are certain components to be able to set yourself up for creating wealth. The first one is you need to have a clear objective, a clear goal, a clear aim. And this is your vision, your goal, your dream. What is the outcome that you are shooting for? It could be a more immediate outcome. It could be your grand vision and goal, that is your 10-year vision or your 10-year goal, or maybe it's a 50-year goal. I mean, if you're talking to the likes of Dr. John Demartini, he talks about a 100-year goal or even a 1,000-year goal. That is in the realm of visionaries. They are the people who impact the future of the world in the most profound ways. Don't underestimate yourself. That could be you. Now, once you have a clear objective, and if it is your grand vision, 10-year, 50-year, 100-year goal, then chunk it down to a more immediate goal, something that you can connect to, that's more tangible. And what's your plan? If you are failing to plan, you are planning to fail. Doesn't have to be an elaborate plan, doesn't have to be a complex plan. You don't have to have it all figured out. Remember, start where you're at, use what you have, do what you can with what you have right here, right now. So if you think about the likes of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, where did they start? They started in their garage, or in the case of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they started in a dingy little office, dingy, tiny little office, because that's all they could afford. Elon Musk didn't start out building SpaceX and Tesla and Neuralink, and the Boring Company and X or Twitter. He didn't start there. He started where he was at. All of them did. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs started in a garage. They started where they were at. They were all tech bros. They took advantage of the technology revolution. And they were all coders and geeks and whatever. So they used their skills, their talents, their natural, what they naturally did well, and their knowledge and experience, and they built on it, and they built on it, and they built on it, and they built on it to become the behemoths they are today. But they didn't start as multi-billionaires. And most of them had very, very modest beginnings. They didn't have lots of money. So yes, you need to be investing in yourself, but you don't need lots of money to make this work. Start where you're at. Use what you have. Do what you can. Be resourceful. It's not about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness. Remember? So what is your clear objective? What's your plan? And what's the vehicle that you're going to use to achieve your objective? What are the systems that you will put in place? What are the actions that you will take every single day to just make progress? This is a journey, and it is about the journey. It is about who you will become along the way. Of course, another very important component about this is your mindset. You must work constantly on your mindset to be unstoppable, to be unshakable, to be relentless, to show up every single day as the best and most powerful version of you that you can possibly be in this moment. It's leveraging your superpowers, your gifts, your talents, your unconscious competence, who you truly are. Who were you born to be? What were you born to do? Who were you born to serve? You came here for a reason. You didn't just drop off on your way to somewhere else. You came here deliberately. You came here with intention. You came here to be a part of the greatest shift in consciousness this planet has ever seen. So how do you intend to participate in this incredible expansion that we are having on this planet right now? How do you intend to contribute to this expansion? Because whatever contribution you are here to make, you can create wealth as a consequence. And as you create wealth, guess what? You get to invest more in your expansion, in your growth, in the growth of whatever contribution you are making. You get to contribute more as you build more, as you grow more, as you create more, as you become more wealthy. You get to contribute more. More wealth means more contribution, more impact, more people you are helping, more you are helping to create a positive result in whatever area you are here to make that positive result. So make wealth your responsibility, not just a hope, not just a dream. Hopium is not a strategy. Wishing and wanting is not a strategy. Don't mean to be hard on you, but you are worth and capable of so much more than you are even dreaming about right now. When is now going to be a good time to get out of your own way, to get serious about creating wealth, to stop fluffing around and wasting time hoping that somebody's going to come and save you? Sorry, ain't nobody going to come and save you. You're it. And then the good thing about that is you are an infinitely powerful being with infinite potential. Take your future seriously. Take your dreams seriously. Take wealth creation seriously. This is serious business. I don't mean to suck all the fun out of it. You should be having fun simultaneously. Do you know why I stand here in front of a camera tapping my little heart out? Because I love it. I love the teaching component. I love helping others. I love contributing to building something significant that is going to have a ripple effect for the people who I impact directly and then indirectly as a consequence. I love that as I am here just doing my best to be my best and emanate light and joy and happiness and hopefully transform some lives along the way, that I'm making a contribution. I haven't got hundreds of thousands of people on these live streams yet. But make no mistake, that is my intention. And as I focus on that dominant intention, however many people show up right now is, the people who are here is the fact that you are here, whether you're watching live or replay, that is consequential. The fact that I am impacting your life at the moment in a positive way, that is incredibly consequential. But just because there's only a handful of people here at the moment is not a reflection of what's possible. It's just the beginning. I have to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. I've only just begun doing these lives. Start where you're at. Use what you have. Do what you can. Start small. From little things, big things grow. So every single day you show up and you execute. And in the beginning, you're not going to get a lot back. It's not going to be millions of dollars overnight. You're not going to be a billionaire next month. Sorry. Well, if you're almost there, then maybe you will be. But you've got to start somewhere. And then you've got to keep showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up. And eventually the whole thing will snowball and it will take off in a way that it will be sort of, you'll be breathless and you'll be trying to catch up, going, wait a minute, I wasn't ready. You'll never be ready. You'll never be ready for that moment when it takes off and you feel like you're running to catch up. It's the way it happens. And until that particular spark, until that spark ignites and the winds blow on that flame and that flame grows, you just keep showing up and blowing oxygen on the little sparks, the glimmers of the beginnings of a fire. and you blow on it and you blow on it. And the only way that you know how, doing the best that you possibly can, taking the action that you know to take, because you don't know what you don't know. So every single day, take deliberate, consistent, inspired action in spirit, inspired. Follow the breadcrumbs that the universe and source and God and spirit are dropping for you to guide you to the destination that you have utmost in your mind. Never lose focus on that. Focus through the problems, focus through the challenges, find the solutions to the setbacks, to the failures. Just part of the process. All of that is part of the process. Even if it seems slow in the beginning, it's part of the growth, it's part of the process. Stay committed, stay focused, don't get distracted. I'm telling myself this right now because that's one of my Achilles heels. I get easily distracted. But I know that. And when I start something new, I keep reminding myself, stay focused on the outcome that you're working toward. If something doesn't work, that's okay. Adjust, learn. You know, if you throw enough mud at the wall, some of it's going to damn well stick. So a lot of it's going to fall off. Meh. Okay. A lot of things that you try aren't going to work. Meh. Okay. It's all good. As long as you continue to focus on where you're headed and continue to take action. I spoke before about the tech revolution and how you've got the tech bros like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos and all of those guys who took advantage of the things that they had access to, the internet. And this is the beautiful thing. You have access to this technology that has advanced and developed so much in the past 30 years. Like if you think of what Elon Musk was doing back in the day, and these guys were coding, they were coders. So that they were back at the beginning of this revolution and they had to do it from scratch. You don't have to do any of that from scratch now. And here's the new revolution. This is where billionaires are made, is when these new revolutions arrive. What's the new revolution that's arrived? Artificial intelligence, baby, AI. Now, if you want to freak out and demonize it and, you know, henny penny the sky is falling, oh my God, it's going to be the death of humanity, then okay, that's your choice and your perspective. I do not have a crystal ball. I cannot see it, but the genie is out of the bottle, baby. Genie is out of the bottle. And those who decide to use artificial intelligence for all the right reasons to advance their cause, to help them to get more done in less time, to overcome the challenges that they have that have stopped them in the past, the world will be your oyster. And there is a splitting of the timelines right now. We do have a massive shift in consciousness, and there are those who are shifting in the direction of new consciousness, and there are those who are not. And I believe that if you're here on this live stream, you are part of the new consciousness, the new world, the new earth paradigm, the light, the love, the incredible fifth dimensional world that we are going to live in. That is going to be so different. And I believe that our artificial intelligence will be a part of that in a very positive way. A very positive way. I don't think there's anything wrong with artificial intelligence, depending on who's building it and what their intention is with it. It could go either way. So if you participate in a positive way, then you get to drive the future of this world and you get to drive the future that we experience. That's why you need to be part of the wealth revolution. That's why you need to make wealth your responsibility and take wealth creation as a serious business. This is serious business. So I just want to finish up today because we're up to 25 minutes and I don't want to go much longer than 25, 30 minutes today. Focusing on wealth through Christ consciousness. This is wealth creation of divine abundance. Abundance is divine, wealth is divine. Money can be used for divine things. Money can be used for anything. It doesn't have a conscience. Money just is a value exchange. Stop demonizing it. You know that tapping can help you to release all kinds of limiting beliefs about money, wealth, abundance, your self confidence, your self worth, your self belief. Are you using it deliberately every day? And just on that, I have created just the last few days the ultimate guide to money blocks, which is a list of 600 common blocks to money, wealth, business, success, your self-worth and self-confidence, judgments about wealthy people. So if you want that, type in the comments below, just type money blocks, and I will send you the link to download the guide, because that will help you to identify what your blocks are. That's the biggest challenge. The biggest challenge for people is actually identifying what their blocks are. So if you want that free resource, just type money blocks in the comments below, and I will send you the link to download the free guide. So great. Thank you. Somebody's already put their hand up to get that free resource. It is time to integrate your power. It is time to step in to your divine purpose. You know, there's a lot of people that say, not my will, God's will. And here's my interpretation of that. So, thy will be done. Absolutely. God's will, the will of spirit, source, the divine, the universe. And people say, oh, well, if I don't receive what I want, then it wasn't God's will. I actually think that if you don't receive what it is that you want, then you have a block. Because God will deliver whatever it is that is your intention. Where God's will comes in, is it for the highest good of yourself and for others? Is it an intention that is backed by compassion, by kindness? God's will is expansion. God's will is growth. God's will is love. God's will is light and joy and compassion and understanding. So if your vision, your mission, your purpose, your intention is driven by God's will, by the love of God, by assisting others, by making the world a better place, then that is God's will, and you are doing God's will. Make no mistake. No matter what your goal or dream is, if it is fueled by those things that are God's will for you and for the rest of the planet, then the only thing standing in between you and it is you, is your limiting decisions, is your blocks. So your job is to do the work, to uncover what those blocks are, to overcome your fears, your doubts, to release the limiting beliefs and your emotional attachment to those decisions that are telling you that it's not safe, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve it. And to get on with the business of creating wealth, living life on your terms, on making a positive impact in the world. Because when you do that, you are doing God's work. You are participating in the expansion that we are all here to experience. Yes, there is good and evil on this planet. This is the world that we live in. As long as you are being the light, as long as you are bringing love, you are doing God's work. So do that in everything that you do, including your wealth creation strategies. Get serious about what strategies you are going to use to create wealth. Now, before I wrap it up today, if you want help with any of that, then I have a very special offer right now. It is the Wealth Blueprint Breakthrough Analysis. And I have this going at a very special price right now. It is a real intensive that will help you to uncover what your top 3 money blocks are. I will provide for you a unique action plan that will be on video for you to use different techniques to be able to release those blocks. And I'll also create for you a unique strategic action plan depending on what you feel your purpose is, what you are here to contribute to the world, what you love, what your passion is. This is all in the analysis that you fill out and send to me. And then I create the response, and then you take action on that, you implement it, and you have a massive breakthrough. So this is a new kind of process that I've never seen anybody do before. It is incredibly powerful. It will transform your life. If you are ready for that kind of breakthrough, then I will put the link into the description below to send so you can have a look at that and check that out further. And if you want to really make fast progress, then go and check that out, because that is going to help you to make a quantum leap to creating the life that you desire, to achieving your goals and dreams. Okay, if you're ready for that, then yes, just the link is in the description through analysis. You can go and check that out. And we're going to wrap it up for today. So unless you have any questions, you can type them into the chat. I will send that link for the money blocks to anybody who wants it, the ultimate guide to money blocks. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you for being here. Love you loads. See you on the next Tap and Talk next week. Cheers.